saloon.
This is the scene where Travers is writhing around on the floor in agony, and there's some animation over the top of him of the sort of lightning effects, as you can see there, and there's a glow on him as well. Just to give you an idea of how that sort of thing was done. This machine is Harry, which I used to make those effects, and you can see we've got frame by frame of the shot here. I can just play this one. This is the original clean shot, so that's the frames that I need to work on. And what I can do is take each of those frames into the paint system of Harry and then work on individual frames. Just going over the top. If I just put a colour onto the pen there, and then I can, as you can see there, just working over the top of each frame. This is probably going to exaggerate it, but I can move through then frame by frame on the clip, advancing as I go by one frame. So that's just showing a few there. I've just done 17 frames. You can see then there's a short animation I've just achieved, and maybe over the top I could go and work on that a bit more. So let's so this is the new version I have on this reel, and if I just take that into the paint system again, let's just delete the previous one. Maybe just do a bit more different colour this time. A bit more animation over the top of that. This is just doing it very quickly. So you get that more sort of lightning effect. Spend a bit more time doing this in the real thing. So you can see the speed at which you can work. I mean, you're not waiting around for things to be processed or anything. And there's the animation over the top there.
Let's record some. Keep it keep it very minor, and keep doing the semitone bits. Remember, like it's gonna be very spooky. Start higher, like yeah, that's good. That's good starting. Yeah, you're spot on. That's it. Let's go. I personally felt very strongly about the incidental music using Doctor Who in the 80s. I felt it was too electronic, I felt it jarred with the action, it grated on the nerves, and I wanted to make a stand and prove that you could use proper orchestral incidental music and make it much more frightening and atmospheric. Okay, it's all over the top. Hang on. Stop. Do you want to click? Because it's just the timing's like really all over the place. I brought a couple of my friends in who I work with all the time, are very talented musicians, and we put some stuff together using a lot of cellos, double basses, woodwinds, real good haunting stuff. Stuff I think that Douglas Camfield would have wanted to have used. Our influences and our ideas came very much from that era, the late 60s, early 70s era of Doctor Who, using the best sounds imaginable. I think we've achieved something wonderful. I think the opening scene where in the monastery is absolutely chilling, and I think the atmosphere, the music gives it a whole new dimension. It looks like a feature film rather than looking like a TV program. Quite chilling.
Let your way. Take it.
There, you see we've got a problem there. So if we add a little glass bottles thing over a second track overhanging, it'll sort of work itself out.
It's also where that trim picks up again. If we
I know, but it's just because we did it in bits and chopped it together, you see. It's here. I don't know how you've timed that to get some.
I don't know.
When she breaks through the web, we need to actually get over the music.
You.
Find me the locust.
For the theme song, I wanted to very much get across between The Exorcist and The Omen, so we tried to use elements from both themes, but without doing anything that was plagiaristic. Trying to use the Buddhist chant, the Om Mani Padme Hum, which happens in the programme, and make it into a really, really satanically chilling piece of music.
Well, for us, and it's not only this project, but with a lot of similar projects, a lot of big films, a lot of big stories, the visual side of what is being done is always seen as very important. There's a lot of attention paid to the visual effects, the special effects shots, and sound is actually so often the forgotten element in any kind of production like this. But sound is crucially important because the sound can tell you so much about what's going on, and it can suggest things that are happening off screen. You can hear the sounds of hundreds of people running along. You never see them, but because you've heard them, you're led to believe they're there. So you can do a hell of a lot with the soundtrack. You can build it up, you can add all sorts of interesting things. With the music, you can influence the way people see a scene, whether they feel it's creepy or frightening. With extra sound effects, you can add an enormous amount to a film. It is very much, sometimes, the sort of Cinderella element of any kind of major filmmaking. Well, at Nonlinear we have an editing system called Avid, which is a completely non-linear editing system. It enables you to put any kind of sound picture onto a hard disk drive, and then you can manipulate it however you want. So we were, keen to get in and do this project because it's fun and it's interesting for us to take something like this and build up a really complex, interesting soundtrack using the equipment we have here, which is more than capable of doing the job.